I love that. I love that. Just to move forward a little bit, I obviously listened to your TED Talks and caught one of your podcast interviews with Sentinel, which was very much more focused on like Treefrog and a lot of your work there. Um, and as I'm watching these, I'm thinking. It's like, well, Sean's really sort of cracked a lot of this, Instagram music marketing, and he runs a digital transformation company, with a
Can't help but
marketing
connect those two
arm
dots, right?
and everything here. Have you ever thought about taking Tree Frog and bringing that into the music space after all of your recent successes and growth and learning experiences?
Absolutely. So there's no question that eventually there will be a Tree Frog Records. Like I've already started, already have a logo, already moved down that line. I would say the big thing, the reason why I have not started it yet is I haven't actually proven any success there. So the reason why I've started an investment company is I have been very successful as an investor. The reason why we started a marketing company have been very successful as marketing. The reason so I'm all about bullets before cannonballs. So
Mm,
start off, figure out what it is or how it is that we're going to get an angle on something, figure out how it works. And I mean, I have a very business and marketing orientated team and mind. And if we can figure out how to crack the nut of this new music world, which is musicians are getting screwed. That is the truth of it all. I mean, a million streams equals 2,400 bucks, and it costs 2,400 bucks to or more to just make a song. To get them to pay musicians correctly to do their work, like just so that people can come in and spend the day. Like that's minimum wage,
yeah.
and then you got to have a million streams on that song, even to break even on the musicians getting paid. Not very fair, right? So the question is, how can we find mechanisms to generate more revenue? And if we can figure out how to do that, then I want to take that model and take it to the musicians and help them so that we got a bunch of other musicians working it. And I don't need to make money off musicians. Like I just want to see if I can find a model myself that works and then teach other people how to do it. And it's like I'm not a marketing genius. I'm a CEO, so that's mentality wise, founder maybe a better word for it, so I don't get shot. So uh, so what I did in the marketing of music is go. I'm not good at marketing music, so what I'm going to do is go look for somebody who knows how to do this better than me because I don't know how to do it in this area, and go learn from them. And in that case, if you've done some you've watched some of my TikToks or videos or whatever, you'll know it's Damian Keys
I
and
was going to
his
say
team.
Damian Keys. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And I just started watching YouTubes and I was listening to a bunch of YouTubes and TikToks, and everybody, the only person that made sense to me, not the only, but the person who made the most sense to me was Damien Keys. And so I literally just tracked that guy down and I was like, dude, we have to do something together because clearly you know something that I do not. And yeah, he's got
Oh, dude.
no worries, man. That's funny.
Anyway, we're back. So Damien Keys.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, genius guy, genius ideas. He posts everything that he thinks like live on YouTube. That's part of his theory. Is like I'm just going to post it all. Go listen to it. And you go listen to it. So a lot of musicians are doing different things. What's funny is for everything that his team posts for me on social media, I do six. And they're like, nope, that's dumb, that's dumb, that's dumb. And then they post, what is consistent. And then literally they're like, say this, say that. And it's not complicated. It's just stick to the grind. And it's the simple math is they rectangular does well on the platforms and other songs don't. And so they play rectangular, we get lots of views, and then they put four other things so people come in to see rectangular, and then they happen to see the other music, and then that hypothetically drives more, and certainly does much better than In Between did with both people who listen to that song. So I'm a
Yeah.
huge believer and lover of Damian Keys and his team. They're all amazing.
I'm surprised to hear that you're working so closely with him. It makes sense considering like how prolific you are. And how dedicated you are to the grind.
Yeah, listen, if you all of life, in my opinion, is about finding great other people who really love and are great at a thing that as something that you can help you achieve more with what it is that you're doing. And if you can help those people and they get paid and they get happy and they get like love and carry on going. And if you help them, they help you. And find a number of those people and pile them all up in the right order. And suddenly you got a whole bunch of people helping you. And listen, the reason I'm able to run many multiple $1 million companies while, having fun with music, while, having a lot of fun traveling and doing other stuff is not because I'm some sort of genius. To be honest, I am not. I find people who are way more talented and way smarter than me and, and help feed them in order to make sure that I get my stuff. And so they get to achieve what they want to achieve. I get to achieve what I want to achieve. And as long as you are not just not hurting anybody else, but helping other people move forward, then everybody's a winner, in my opinion.
I mean, that's a good way to look at it. And yeah, we could go down the rabbit hole of Marx's theories of exploitation as a CEO, but
No, and in fact, that's it. So I regularly talk to my team. So my whole thing is
yeah.
no zero exploitation. My goal is to build $100 million company. I don't need to be a billionaire. I'm happy to build $100 million company by the time I don't. I'd rather not die, but let's say I make it to 100 and I build $100 million company. But my goal is to exploit zero people on the way there. And I think a lot of what's broken in capitalism is not that capitalism doesn't work, but that people exploit people on the way to capitalism. And so the balance is to find a way where you're not exploiting people. And the definition of exploitation
I was gonna go
is
there.
complicated.
Yeah.
But if you are paying people well above a living wage, everyone that works for me makes well above a living wage, and you are helping them achieve things in their own life that they want to achieve, and you're feeding their children, helping their children through school, and them doing the same things, and that's table stakes, then being a CEO is actually the most beautiful thing alive. And the problem is what happens if somebody gets sick? Do you kick them off the boat? Do what happens? And the answer is if you're ethical and you're following some degree of ethics, which we are. I mean, Treefrog just won. Maybe you don't know this, but we just won like Canadian Culture of the Year. Uh,
Hey, congratulations.
yeah, thanks. I usually have like the big glass thing. It's very pokey. I've like stabbed myself on it 4 times. So I found somewhere else.
So it's a work
Yeah,
health safety hazard.
exactly. And there is a wow, how do we get into this? But there's a conscious capitalism aspect of things where life isn't just about profit. Profit's like breathing. It shouldn't be the reason why a company exists. There should be profit. There should be, you should be looking after your community. You should be looking after your people. You should be looking after the customers that you have. And you should make sure you're not harming the environment. And if you do those things in a meaningful way, then you're actually a conscious capitalist as opposed to an exploitative capitalist.
Yeah, and without digressing too much, I think that it's also worth noting that um, a lot of people would consider the exploitation as inherent in the sense that naturally you need to extract some measure of excess value from the value that people that work for you create. We don't need to go into fucking dialectics. This is a music podcast.
Right. Sorry. Yeah.
No,
You
no,
got me
no,
started, man.
no, no, dude, dude,
Trying to
dude.
say-
I believe me, if there is one person in the world that I would like to stay, it's like 2:30 in the morning here. If there's
Oh
one
my
person that
goodness.
I would
Thank
stay
you.
up till dawn talking about like the woes of capitalism with in the world, it is you.
Thank you, brother.